Congratulations. I saw the film, and I did not read the book. Portia read the book and said it was amazing and really hard to read, very heavy, very dark. Pouring lighter fluid down your throat with just a hint of oregano. And my friend warned me, Chris is his name, and he said, you're going to want something afterwards, and I thought maybe water is what he meant, but I wanted my mama. I was like just screaming, and Portia, one of the things I love about her is she's so empathetic, and so she saw me screaming, and she said, I'll take it too, because she thinks that... Seriously, she said, you know, because sharing makes her feel closer, and I said, if you want to feel closer, take those heels off. Then we'll be closer. You're too high. So Portia took the whole dropper as well, and now she's screaming, and I'm still screaming, and the cashier at the health food store was like, are you going to buy this or not? I don't really have a vacation, so this summer for my 50th birthday, we went to Rome and Naples and Cannes and Sardinia, and it got very expensive because Portia had to check 2 bags, and so... Don't you hate this? I'm laying in bed, I have my eyes closed, and I'm trying to fall asleep, and all I hear is womanizer, womanizer, oh, you're a womanizer. Womanizer, baby, womanizer. And finally, I was like, Portia, please stop. Oh, the singing. Can't get out now, I'm married. But anyway, so the next time I need to find a number, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to make my wife call. I have a little soft spot on a baby's head. That is me everywhere, especially in my stomach. And so because of the spicy food, I had never been to an Indian restaurant, which, you know, again, it's spicy. So last night, I said, Portia, and I said, Portia, I'm feeling very adventurous. Put some lipstick on. I'm taking you out for Indian. And then we held hands and spun in a circle and rubbed noses and put scarves on and dashed out the door. Taxi! And and these people never have a problem with grabbing you anywhere and everywhere. Whenever they're turbulent, that's how I met Portia. She was right next to me. How singers do it, because my voice was so strained from rehearsing in the morning, rehearsing when I got here, rehearsing with Josh, that I woke up the next morning and my throat was so sore. And then I started feeling fluish, and I said to Portia, I feel fluish, and she said, you feel foolish? And I said, well, yes, that too. Thank you for reminding me, I'm fluish and foolish for doing that.
The H1's big L4, which is the night we met. Well, we had met 3 years earlier. We've known each other for a while, but that was the night. Sparks flew, music played, fireworks.
My mama is getting married. Wait a minute. It gets better. Portia's pregnant. My thong. Now, April Fool's Day! April Fool's! You guys know April Fool's. I think I see shooting stars all the time, and Portia will say, that's not a shooting star, you know, it's Delta on the side of it. Can you see that? It's an airplane, Ellen. And I'm like, well, I guess we'll just agree to disagree then, Portia. Portia has been trying to get me to text forever, and I just would not do it. I just started emailing. I just literally started emailing about 5 months ago. And so now I just started texting because she just thought, I'm like, why? Like, she goes, because you can just during the day go, hey, and I'm like, well, why can't you just call and go, hey? And so now I'm doing it. I'm like, hey, and then she's like, hey. Oh, it's ridiculous. Now, anyway. Sunday around 9:30 or 10, I predict I'll have breakfast in bed. This one will definitely come true if Portia knows what's good for her. But anyway, I was walking around the yard, and I was looking for stuff I might want to saw. And, because I love to saw things. And so Portia was inside doing some of her fancy book learning, and I'm So it's this long thing like that, and I start to pull on it, and because it's not quite dead, it's got some life in it. It kind of splits, so one part of it is near the base of the tree, and one part is almost. And I thought, well, I have to really yank on that thing in order to get it. So as I yank on the bottom part of it, like a whip, it snapped and it whipped me smack in the face. Now, this is a daytime show, so I can't tell you exactly what I said, but I screamed out a word that made Portia run outside with a first aid kit and a bottle of wine. And so I'm holding on. I mean, it hit me so hard, and she, you know, wanted to know what happened, and I explained that I got pimp slapped by a sycamore. Karen, we have a whole lot in common. We both are judges on TV shows, and we're both married to someone who wears more eyeliner than us. When I was asked to make the commencement speech, I immediately said yes. Then I went to look up what commencement meant, which would have been easy if I had a dictionary, but most of the books in our house are Portia's, and they're all written in Australian. I was driving to work this morning, and I received a call from Portia at approximately 10 a.m. asking me if everything was okay. I told her I had some lower back pain from working out, and she said, no, that's not what I'm talking about. And I said, did I leave my lunchbox on the counter? And she said, that's not what I'm talking about either. Just please stop talking, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. And then we fought for a minute. And then she told me that a PA went up to her. She's shooting a new show for ABC called Better Off Ted, premiering Wednesday, March 18th at 8:30. Anyway, so, yeah, you should watch. It's good. What I do. Here's a solution. Do what I did. Get yourself a wife and put all your stuff in her purse. I figured all the ways that I could even... By the way, Portia had never been more asleep in her life. Sound. This is going on the whole time. And I'm going, Portia, baby. And I gently pried her eye open, and I... Portia. This is her. This is me. Her. Me. Finally, I fell asleep, and of course the alarm goes off. Probably 15 minutes after I finally went to sleep. And I told Portia about the noise this morning. She's like, "Why you should have woken me." And you have to be careful about your text too. You have to keep, because I get confused. And last night I asked Portia how high penguins could jump, and told Cha-Cha I love her. So when the alarm went off this morning, I hopped right out of bed, and by hopped I mean it took 30 minutes. 6 Advil, a pulley system, and a handful of sedatives to get me out of bed in a seated position. And I know that you're probably thinking, Ellen, you shouldn't have to be taking Advil and sedatives together, but Advil was for me, and the sedatives were for Portia. The screaming is killing me. She's tired of hearing me scream. You know me, you know I love 3 things, and that's animals and kittens and my wife. And yeah. That's not in that order. It's kittens and animals and my wife. It's that. Charlie has to sleep right next to the head area right here. So what? Here. There. So, oh, if only she were that small. She's actually... She doesn't even curl up. And what happens is she has to sleep right there. So if there's no room, she will cry until Portia and I separate, and we have to pet the area so she then jumps over us into that area. Like literally, she'll just keep crying until you part. So I wanted a cameraman to go to my house last night and film my television to show you what I'm talking about. And I called Portia and I said, just to let you know, there's a camera guy coming over to film this because I want to talk about it tomorrow. So she brushed her hair and put on some makeup. Oh, Portia looked pretty. I wish you would have seen it. Anyway, Portia, she took the red eye back, and I was so happy to see her when she got home. I said, baby, I never want to be away from you ever, ever again. Then I got in my car and I drove to work. It's just miserable when you're away, especially if you're next to somebody who sleeps well and you're just by yourself. And you want company. You're just laying there waiting to kind of sense if they're moving in the way that they're asleep moving or moving like they're kind of awake. Are you awake? Like just waiting for that one signal that they might be awake. And then they always go, no. It's like, well, you answered me. You're awake.
I got my own show. I get to be bossy. I got a hot wife. Her name Portia De Rossi.